The United States and Israel have claimed responsibility for the killing of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The news of the attack spread immediately in global media, though it was not confirmed at the time. Now, Iran has officially announced that Khamenei has been martyred. In his honor, a 40-day national mourning period and a 7-day public holiday have been declared. Look at the crowds on the streets of Tehran in Naksh-e-Jahan Square following the martyrdom of their supreme leader. Iranian citizens have taken to the streets to mourn. Despite the ongoing threat of attacks, they are demonstrating their loyalty with bravery and resolve. Experts who interpret religious symbolism say that this event represents the greatest martyrdom of the 21st century since Karbala. Just as the sacrifice of Hussein ibn Ali is commemorated worldwide during Muharram, Ayatollah Khamenei's martyrdom is expected to hold a symbolic status in the Shia world. A few months ago, it was speculated that Khamenei might travel to Moscow to save his life. However, those close to him say he always knew he was destined to be martyred in Iran. For 37 years, the 86-year-old Khamenei shaped Iran's politics, society, and diplomacy, and he was counted among the world's major leaders opposing the United States. Iran's news agency, Tasnim news agency, claimed that Khamenei's daughter, son-in-law, and grandson were also killed in the attack. Several of his close aides and key advisors, including Ali Shamkhani, were also killed. Preparations for selecting Iran's new supreme leader have now begun. The Assembly of Experts, an 88-member religious panel, will appoint a new leader as soon as possible, according to the constitution. Meanwhile, an interim leadership council will manage the country's affairs. Khamenei's 56-year-old son, Mostafa Khamenei, has been mentioned as a potential figure, though he has never held an official post. Last year, when the United States and Israel attacked Iran, Khamenei had proposed 3 potential successors, whose identities were not publicly revealed. The Speaker of Iran's parliament declared the U.S. and Israeli leaders guilty, stating that they would be made to pay for their actions. Khamenei was not just Iran's supreme leader, he was a symbolic figure for Shia populations from India to the Middle East. In Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon, Shia communities may once again mobilize in opposition to the United States. Killing the Shia world's most prominent religious leader during the month of Ramadan could trigger major conflicts in the near future. Some circles are framing this act in religious terms, which could make the matter appear within the context of Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. According to Iran's state television, Khamenei was killed in his office. Reports suggest he knew that the United States and Israel intended to target Iran's top leadership, yet he did not move to a secret location. U.S. President Donald Trump did not address the nation directly on television, but issued a written statement. He said that Khamenei could not evade modern intelligence systems and that the operation was carried out in coordination with Israel. Subsequently, Tasnim news agency broadcast the news of Khamenei's martyrdom, confirming that he was indeed dead, creating a global atmosphere of mourning. Trump stated that this action serves justice for the Iranian people and the United States, and that bombing could continue until peace is restored in the Middle East. Recent reports indicate that attacks occurred on 27 U.S. military bases and on a defense industry complex at Israel's military headquarters in Tel Aviv. Trump's statements suggest that he himself is unclear about why the attack on Iran was carried out. At times, he told the Iranian people to overthrow their government, while at other times he threatened attacks unprecedented in scale. Trump repeatedly stated that most of Iran's leadership had been eliminated, but he did not clarify who replaced them. In Iran, when one leader is killed, another immediately assumes authority, making decisions in the same pattern. Experts suggest that whoever succeeds Khamenei will adopt a tougher stance and respond to the United States. Iran's situation is not like Venezuela or any other country where leadership could be kidnapped and taken to Washington. While Iranian protesters were dissatisfied with their government, the question remains, would they want a regime change orchestrated by Israel and the U.S.? This debate continues. The 1979 Iranian Revolution ended the Pahlavi monarchy, and Ruhollah Khomeini emerged as the new leader. During the 1980s, Iran and Iraq were engaged in a long war, during which Ayatollah Ali Khamenei became president and was later appointed supreme leader. Khamenei strengthened and organized Iran's military and security systems, While his attire and demeanor suggested a religious leader, the United States and Israel recognized that he was not merely a cleric giving speeches, he was a strategic global challenge with full security preparations. Khamenei himself repeatedly described the United States as the greatest global challenge in interviews, and it is now claimed that he was killed by American forces. For nearly 30 years, he shaped Iran in a way that many believe will not collapse easily. It is said that even after Khamenei, someone will continue his system. Perhaps they already have, though this cannot be confirmed with certainty. Last June, Israel claimed to have killed several of Iran's top commanders, including Iranian Army Chief Mohammad Bagheri and Revolutionary Guards Commander-in-Chief Hossein Salami. Despite this, Iran maintained its policies against the United States and Israel and continued to operate under new leadership. This shows that Iran is not as weak as some believe. If the United States were confident that Iran was entirely weakened, it would not have deployed its powerful naval fleets, dozens of fighter jets, and thousands of troops. Washington understands that when one Iranian leader is removed, another immediately emerges. However, the current situation appears different. Khamenei is no longer present. His removal is being framed as a major success for the United States and Israel, but if the system he built remains intact, the conflict could take a different trajectory. This struggle affects not just Iran, but the entire world. Statements have emerged from leaders in Australia, Canada, the United Kingdom, France, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Turkey. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, who had previously criticized Trump at the World Economic Forum, now appears to support attacks on Iran. Many international leaders have cited Iran's nuclear program as a threat to global peace. Donald Trump is said to be positioning himself as the central figure in global decision-making. He has taken a hard line not only on Iran, but also on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. In this context, Chinese President Xi Jinping is also relevant. While China criticizes U.S. policies, it takes a relatively cautious approach in major global conflicts. Despite China's rapidly growing economic and military strength, it does not appear actively involved in these high-stakes confrontations.